Hey guys, my name's Bushman, and today we'll be checking out every single Neural DSP plugin that they've released so far. As of today, they have released the Fortin Nameless, the Fortin NTS, Plini Archetype, Nolly Archetype, Abasi Archetype, and the Omega Granophyre. The purpose of this video isn't to get a clear winner in terms of high gain modern metal tones, but really it's just so you guys can listen to every single one and make a judgment for yourself. As always, if you guys like the video at any time, please feel free to leave a like and a comment on anything you saw or heard. And if you want to see more of this stuff, definitely subscribe because I love doing little plugin demos like this. I'd also like to thank Neural DSP for being kind enough to allow another 14 days to trial their software. It allows me to do this video, and it definitely allows you guys to trial the software yourself at home. So in a high gain modern metal context, the song that you're going to hear that's going to be comparing all these plugins is going to have a massive chord structure in the beginning and then kind of like a single notey riff at the second half of it. I've done this so that you guys get an idea of what it sounds like with massive chords and then what it sounds like when you're riffing. To keep it even, I've imported the exact same IR in every single plugin, so it's a really neutral ground across all the plugins. The IR was made in Miko by ML Soundlab, and it's modeled after a Mesa 4x12 with an SM57 capturing all the high frequencies and a Ribbon 121 capturing all the low stuff and evening the tone out. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I'm fairly sure that Miko Logren from ML Soundlab actually shot the IRs within the actual Fortin Nameless plugin and the Fortin NTS plugin. I've tried my absolute best to volume and gain match every single tone and kind of give it the same type of feel across all the plugins, so it's really neutral and you guys can see the little nuances and colors between each plugin. So without further ado, let's get into it. And there you go. So that's every single Neural DSP plugin going head to head. I'll just quickly give my insight on the whole thing and kind of give you guys what I was hearing. So definitely the one that stood out the most across all the different plugins was the Archetype Abasi. For me, it just had a little bit of a different kind of distortion and it sat different in the mix. You couldn't really get the same sound out of the Abasi across all the other plugins, which can be a good thing, but in my opinion, I really like the way the other plugins sound, and it was actually really hard for me to get it to sound like all the other plugins. That being said, if you do like that kind of like low mid growl in your tones, definitely go for the Abasi because that's what it will give you. The one that surprised me the most was definitely the Fortin NTS. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of overlooked that plugin a little bit across its lifetime, but now that I've actually tried it out, I really like the way that sat in the mix and I really like the mid-range that it had. Another surprise for me was the Plini. Now, because it's a Plini plugin, you're thinking low gain tones, dreamy clean, stuff like that, but you can get a very, very, very passable modern metal tone with the Plini. Fortin Nameless was definitely the harshest sounding plugin out of all of them, but in my experience anyway, if you dial out those frequencies, you can get a really, really chunky, yet really articulate metal tone with the Fortin Nameless. As you saw before, I try to keep this as even as possible, sending all 6 amp sims into the same mixer track that had the exact same low pass, the exact same high pass, and a little multi-band compression just to clamp down on the palm mutes. It's been said that the 5150 model in the Nolly plugin has a bit more of a mid-range push to it, given that Nolly's actually modded the amp himself and that's what they captured, and you could really tell that in the recording. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you thought about the plugins, and if you guys like this video, definitely hit like, and if you want to see more stuff like this, again, definitely subscribe because I love doing plugin demos like this. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.